Hello pandas and other scrap enthusiasts. On today's episode, we return to the shop to finally follow up everything we picked up out of the bowling alley. I am excited about this one because this is a lot of stuff. We've got quite a few different items that we're going to need to process down in one way or another and see what we can get out of them. So, let's get started.
Now, I guess the first place I want to get started will be getting the last bit out of the trailer here. I threw a couple right at the end that of the heavy aluminum pieces, and I hope that wasn't a mistake. If I can get these out safely. Woo. Yeah, I definitely like this trailer better. Woo. Then that'll be the trailer with just the steel to bring in. We'll keep things simple from here on now. I should have just backed that up. I don't know what I'm doing. Getting exercise. All right, I'm gonna grab a couple tools and we're gonna, yeah. All right, that's one clean piece of cast aluminum. Quite a bit of weight there, worth doing. Gonna do, well, there's only one more of these right now. However, I did mess up my bit, so I got all twisted up and whatever. So I don't think pulling them out, I think it's easier doing them from the other side. So I'm gonna have to run to the hardware store and get a new one of those, because that was an important part of the job. All right, well, this was a lot more awful than the first one, but it's also got a lot more weight on it. Well, I don't know how I feel about this. But these little bits are, in fact, copper. These little, squiggly bits that wrap around. I guess they add some kind of tension or... So there's a bit of copper. There's some bronze bushings. Need another bucket. All right, now we've got a bunch of steel. Oh, okay, well, I think those are stainless. Oh, that's even better, but kind of worse. I might not worry about those. But, yeah, we've got a bunch of these attached to aluminum arms. So, we're just gonna get in here and try and pop those out as best we can. And now let's see if I can get these bushings out. This part is kind of awful. There are a lot of these. One large piece of clean cast aluminum. I don't know about this.
Okay, I did the one with the little cups because that one seemed pretty fast and I wasn't too worried about it. But I spent, that was a couple hours to go through just those few, and I decided to do some calculations because as much as I want to get the most money, we need to make sure we're actually getting a reasonable amount for the time. So I was going to do hourly, but it turns out it's pretty conclusive regardless. So I grabbed the scale, and the main pieces, the aluminum chunks of those large ones, comes out to 72 pounds. So 72 pounds of clean aluminum at 50 cents a pound is $36, and it's already looking pretty thin. And of course, even if we add $5 or $10 worth of value for all the steel and the copper and bronze and that sort of stuff coming off, we still only end up with 40 to 45 bucks. Now, a full one without doing any processing at all, do that on the scale, that is 138 pounds. And 138 pounds of dirty aluminum, or irony aluminum, at 25 cents a pound is $34.50. So, it simply doesn't make financial sense to spend the time cleaning it. Moving on. Maybe my math is wrong, but that is where we ended up. Fun surprise, though. One of the second one that I was doing, about half of these little feet things that were on it are actually brass. So, you know, that was a nice, fun surprise. Let's see if we can get these apart in a respectable amount of time, such that they look pretty simple. Let's give it a go. Suppose we'll have to punch these out. Should have seen that coming. That's fine. So far this seems to be going pretty well, but we haven't actually started on the parts that I expect to be difficult. Not threaded. This is going alright, but how much of it is productive and how much of it is just for fun? I mean, fun is important, don't get me wrong, but we are trying to make money. I still have concerns. The one thing that would spoil all of this is these pins. Damn. Okay. Now it's just a matter of this thing and knocking those things out. You're saying I do this backwards and then you get more grip the other way. That's weirdly difficult. Well, whatever. I really don't know about these. I'm just about ready to call it on them. All right, we're back. I had a bit of a situation, one of those classic forgot to turn the microphone on situations, but I'll catch you up. I finished the other big chunk of cast aluminum, set that aside. I did neglect to, I just chose not to record pulling the brass ring off, which I got and it came off pretty easily. You know, you just get locked into things sometimes and you just want to get the job done, which is what we're trying to do here today. So we're moving right along. And I grabbed, there's a few more pieces in here that we needed to just pick apart before dumping out the stuff that's in the truck, which I'm more excited about than anything, including this little chunk that has a piece of cast aluminum that we pulled off fairly easily, pretty straightforward, and then we got a motor, which now I'm not actually planning on stripping all of the copper out of the motors in this video because I've listed these for sale. I've put them up for $100 each. These ones are 1 horsepower and that one is 1.5 horsepower. They're pretty strong. $100 is my asking price. I would take less than that. So far, not much response. One person offered me $50 and I think that's a little silly because, I mean, it's probably $50 for the copper in there. I would still be ahead if if he came and bought one for $50 cash and I didn't have to clean it up, but I think I can do better. So we're sitting on those for the time being. Well, I'm sitting on the bucket. We can sit on those, but they're gonna stay right there. But we've got another one of these beautiful brass rings. Let's see if I can remember how easy it was to get off. Well, now. Off you pop. Come on now. Okay. Prepared. This is another time for gator grip. And another brass ring. Not quite a ring, but whatever. Ah, beautiful gears. Beautiful gears. Yeah, that's fair enough. Let's get that sorted then. Don't need those falling on us when we're trying to do the thing. Now this is some nice 1/4-inch steel plate. I might keep the cleanest looking piece for a project, but for the most part, it's really bent up, so it'll be kind of annoying if I try to use it in that way. So basically we're just going to get the rubber off and get the clean, prepared steel price for it. That's the nicest looking piece. We're gonna stash that one for now. I don't know what we're doing with the rubber yet. They're not that nice. Curious about these things though. There's like 0 chance I turn that into clean aluminum, but could I get that off? It doesn't act like it wants to move. tried really hard, a little too hard, in fact, and I managed to like split it. I think in part I mushroomed the top here, and that wouldn't come out, but I still don't know if I would really ever be able to get that thing off. It's not worth the time that I'm spending on it. I just really wanted this brass gear for my collection, but the value is not there, so this is going in as dirty aluminum as well. I know that seems to be coming up a lot, but at some point you just got to get real about what you're getting out of it, you know? Dirty aluminum. Let's move on. Aha. These ones here, essentially I just see a bunch of wires that I'd like to try and remove, and this transformer. That's really all that's doing it for me. We're gonna see if it's layers and layers of paper. It doesn't look that good. Lots of paper and glue in there. Of course it's a copper transformer, it's old, but so much glue. So we're not getting overexcited. A lot of things tied into this over the years. Oh, flathead screws. There's our transformer. Alright. We got a bunch of wire and transformers, and the rest of this is just going into scrap steel. There's probably some bits and pieces of silver in there, which we can certainly try and get some of. But there isn't really going to be much, so tin shred. These are probably just going in as shred as well. But the next one I'd really like to know about is this. That bottom bit is all steel. Alright, so it was a bit of a pain in the butt, but I did manage to get the steel part of the carousel off of the carousel, which should go in as dirty aluminum. If it goes in as aluminum breakage, I'll be kind of bummed. The amount left doesn't look crazy. I am still committed to saving these. For what exactly? I'm not sure yet. Ooh. I well and truly do not know if this is worth all the effort. Not aluminum, by the way, but still cool. Alright, yeah, easier way unlocked. Oops. I also learned that inside here... Oh, it doesn't want to crack open. That's awesome. Okay, it's full of ball bearings that all... Okay, there they go. They will spill out. And that we're just calling dirty aluminum. Hopefully. Hopefully not breakage. I'm real... Now... Just got all this smaller stuff. A lot of this is just going to be prepared steel or junked up aluminum. Like these. Here's the one with the nice chunk of brass in it. Got another one of these. All this stuff actually looks like pieces that we've already gone over, so I'm gonna solo this real quick and let you know where we end up. Alright, I've done all the processing now that I believe makes any sense to do. We've got a bunch of steel, we've got a bunch of thicker steel, we got some cast aluminum, some buckets here and there, dirty cast, really dirty cast wire. It's a little bit of everything. I'm gonna load this up, and then you know what comes next. All right, everything's all strapped down. Let's see how we do. $73. I should check the ticket and see what our actual tear weight is when we're all done here. So we're gonna do this a bunch of times because we've got shred, prepared, unprepared, and then all the non-ferrous. The trailer's mostly steel, so we'll do all that first and then just pitch it and go through the easy way. Alright, my man's telling me a lot of this should just go with the prepared. So, I'm not gonna argue. Alright, got a few more bits in here and then we'll do the next one. Lol. Okay. Kind of a bad job backing on. Go be quick. All right. Dropped most of the non-ferrous off inside. Now we got the dirty aluminum. See how we did. Aha. Alrighty. So the big question. Made like $500. How did anything stand out? Not really. I think the most important standout thing here was that, so we got breakage for the other stuff. I maybe shouldn't have bothered cleaning those carousels off at all. Yeah, but dirty is worth a little bit more, and cast aluminum, I'll just put it on the screen. The point is, we got 563 doll hairs, which added to the 300 from all of the other stuff that we've done so far. It gives us some money. It's not too bad. Not too bad a little, but I do feel like all that time we spent, like an entire day processing stuff down, I don't really think, we've got a bin of brass sitting at the house as well, so not a lot, maybe $40 worth of brass or some such. A lot of that processing though did not make us more money. It was kinda, we really would have been better off to just drop most of the stuff off here, except for the chunky pieces of brass. Just take those home and call it good. But we learned. We learned. And we had fun and got exercise. Yeah, just for fun, let's go have a look at the bin and see what the situation is there. Oh. Episode 3? Thanks for joining me on this adventure. I will see you on the next one. Leave it better than you found it, and keep doing the thing.